everybody, welcome to Real Addicted Outdoors. A couple days ago I posted on Instagram that, and maybe Facebook, I can't remember if I put it on Facebook or not, but that we had some pretty bad storms and the tree had fallen on the boat. It was a sad day. So obviously the top is crushed. The bimini top that goes on top is crushed. Luckily those aren't that bad expensive. I just hope the windshield's not busted and the consoles aren't busted. Everything down here trailer wise appears to be okay, because if it had given, it would be sitting on the actual cross bracing down here. So that part seems to be fine. We just gotta get this tree off. So luckily my neighbor's got a tractor. I'm gonna go get it. That way I can put the bucket up to it, cut it, and lift it off rather than letting it fall harder onto the boat. So that's the goal. Hopefully it will work. There's a lot more limbs hang off the other side. I'm not sure how easy it's going to be to get around it. Unfortunately, can't get the tractor to the other side. I'm going to have to try to come from this side. Hopefully we can do it without causing any more damage. So I guess let's go get the tractor and find out. Well, my neighbor's not at home and the key's not in the tractor where it usually is, so we're just going to trim some limbs off, make it a little easier to get to until he gets home. And I guess we'll cut it off then. I'll do as much as I can until he gets home. Trying to damage as little as possible. Through the chain. Let's go put the chain back on it. So I'm just trying to cut. I'll show you what I'm doing. Trying to cut just the branches that are hanging out, like these. Nothing that is supporting the weight of the tree. I did cut the one that was sitting on top of the motor. Just take some relief off that motor. But all the others that are holding up the weight of the tree, I did not want to take off yet, because I want to be able to try to lift these off as I cut them. And like right now, the amount of limbs that's on them appear to have kept a lot of damage from happening. So I guess we're going to see how true that is. But I don't know how much more I can do until he gets home where I can use the tractor. And so right now I'm just trying to make it easier to get around. Maybe where I can cut some more with my ladder. I would like to cut this end piece off. I think I could do that without damaging the boat. I also don't want to knock the ladder over while I'm up with a running chainsaw. See how brave I get. Let's back at it. Alright, well I got the limbs moved and cleaned up where I can get in here a little better. I do think I'm going to attempt to take this end off. Hopefully I don't break my neck doing it. So let's see. Alright, well we managed to get that part off without hurting ourselves, so drag these limbs off. Oh gosh, I'm doing more damage pulling limbs. So that's a big chunk of it off, a lot of weight off of it because that's a heavy, top end's heavy right there. So that's the biggest thing. I just want to get as much weight off of it as possible so it don't get any worse. Now, hopefully we can take it off in small pieces, or Brandon can get home we can use his tractor here shortly. But I'm just glad to get some of this weight off of it. So we'll cut some of the limbs off this, or we can pile them up, pull the rest of the limbs off the boat. And maybe we'll cut another piece. We're gonna try to get a little more. So the biggest thing I'm trying to do is I want to get weight first. And then we'll cut the supporting and start cutting smaller pieces back further. But I want to get the main weight off the boat first. So let's cut a few more limbs. Now that we cut that end piece off, there's a few or less supporting limbs on the front. The ones that were holding up the front are kind of relieved a little bit. So we'll trim some more off the front, take another maybe 2-3 foot piece off, start working back from there. I think I've done everything I can until I get the tractor. I've gone around a little bit more off camera and cut a few more limbs off. So this is what we have now. I got a few that are on the top that's just real hard to reach. And I don't feel like that's enough weight to worry about. But I was trying to cut off anything that was any extra weight and was not supporting weight. So I think I've got about that. Once my neighbor gets home or tomorrow, we'll bring the tractor in through here or from the other side. It'd be easier to reach from this side, but it'd be easier to get to the other side. Put the bucket up here, chain the tree off or strap it off, and then cut it back here. And then we'll go back another 4 to 6 feet and cut it again. But if with the tractor on it, we can hold the weight up and cut it so it doesn't fall onto the boat. Which, off camera, I pulled the cover off the front of the boat and wiggled my big self up under there. I don't know there's that much damage. it may be just fine. I have to replace the top. I mean, that's $400, but I still got my boat. um, I mean, yeah, there's things to say if it's total, you get insurance money, but honestly, for the age that boat's in and the shape it's in, I couldn't replace it for what they're going to give me. I just had the motor service last year. For the first time in 10 years, I better knock on some wood. Look right here. Knock on wood. Because we bought this boat the year before my son was born. And last year's the first time I had to do anything to it. So that's why I really do not want this boat to be damaged. Yes, there's things I would like different, but that's a 99. That boat is 21 years old and it's still in really good shape. We bought it about 10 years ago. I hate to see something bad happen to it. So the windshield is still intact. It did not look cracked, which was surprising. The walk-through windshield was not cracked. I kind of assumed it would be broken off, but it's not. I didn't even see a hole in the top, which is blowing my mind. So as long as the lift on the motor is not broke, we might have got out with just a bimini top. And I said, for what was on here, it was a little nicer. It'll probably be about $500, $400 or $500. We'll figure that out. But I just can't go replacing the boat. And I said, especially for what they give me, I wouldn't get anything close to that. That would be newer. And to find a 20-year-old boat that's in the shape that one's in would be tough to do. I hate to have to try to replace it. So hopefully, cross the fingers, once we get all this off, it will be in good shape. I was really scared when I saw the tree laying on it the other day, but from what I saw inside, we might be okay. Alright, so we're back at it today. My neighbor ended up not getting home till later last night, so wasn't able to work on the tree anymore last night. So we're back out here today. At least we have some sunshine, and we had the tractor today. So got some ratchet straps. Let's get after it, see if we can't get this thing off here. we got, so we've got most of the tree off the boat. Still got that big piece to take care of, but I'm gonna trim a bunch of these, or cut off a bunch of these limbs and try to see if we can't get everything off the boat first. I guess let's work on that a little bit. Alright, well, let's uncover it and see what it looks like. I was trying to keep as much sawdust out as I could. Guess I ain't got no choice but to get him. Well, I mean, it's nasty, but I expected that. It's been covered for a while, so. I don't see anything messed up. Like I said, other than the seats need to be cleaned, but we do that at spring of every year. None of the windshields are broke. That little bow, that's always been there. We might have gotten lucky. I do think we might have gotten lucky. I mean, the top is obviously shot. So we'll probably, and it was nasty, and the boot needed to be replaced anyway. But we'll have to work on that. But man, hey, but when you come out here and you look around and you see a tree laying on your boat, you just, I mean, I never thought we could have gotten that there would have been this little damage, or none at all. The only thing I'm still worried about, maybe the motor lift. So we'll still have to try that out. And last time I checked, it didn't have a charge, so I don't know if let's try the other battery and see if it has anything. Okay, no, we don't have any power, and I don't know if it's just a dead battery, bad connection, solenoid. I don't know if it's a lift. I don't know. So we'll just have to charge it to batteries and see if we can get anything that way. Let me keep trimming some Keep trimming some of the trees because the motor could be stuck into the dirt the way the tree came down. So that could be another thing too. So we'll keep trimming some limbs and see if we can't get that to working. So, well, back at you after a little bit. As you see, I got the rest of the limbs and the lower half of the tree taken care of. Still got to figure out how to get that down without it taking my fence out. With the stump in the way, I don't know if I can pull it. I'd love to pull it back this way and cut it down, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. Hope that I don't take the fence out. I have to replace it. But so I got the rest of this cleaned. Well, it's not cleaned it too much. It's just piled up here in front of the boat, but it's not on the boat anymore, so that's the big part. And as far as the boat, surprisingly, other than the top, I really don't see any damage. I mean, everything seems to be okay. Even look, the lift system's even working, and I don't see it. I don't see any leaks or anything like that. We might have just got incredibly lucky. Does look like the trailer might be sitting a little low, so I might have to check the springs. But seems to be okay. So I guess all the thing left to do is let it warm up and put her back to work. Get back on the water. So I'll have to try it out. I have to start the motor and everything here in a while. I don't know that I'll do it. It's supposed to get cold again tonight, so I don't want to put a lot of water through it and leave water sitting in the motor. Or somewhere where it could freeze. So I will wait till I've got a couple warm days and I'll try to start it. There shouldn't be a problem with starting it. A weak battery should be the only big problem with starting it. I just had the thought of checking the transom, making sure the transom doesn't appear to be broken or damaged. I don't see any cracks on the outside or on the inside. I mean, there's where some caulk was that just need to put some more caulk on it, but I don't. Yeah, some dried caulk that needs to be redone. Other than that, everything looks good. Don't see any cracks in the consoles. Yeah, I just had to get the rest of the cover off and take a good look at it. I took the front off yesterday and looked. I didn't see anything, but I said we'll get the entire cover off, take a real good look at it. But there wasn't many limbs actually on the front. Most everything was up above it, so I was more worried about the windshield. And since the windshields are good, everything else seems to be fine. Even the cover didn't even have a hole in it. I'm amazed by that. But, yeah, I think we dodged the big one there, so I think she's good to go for another season once we get her cleaned up. So, but we thank you for joining us for this episode. I hope y'all didn't have, if you had storms, I hope y'all didn't have any damage at your place. And if you did, I hope it turned out as good as ours did. So, I guess we'll see y'all on the next time. Thank you for watching.